Hello, hello! Welcome back home to Rivervale, everybody. This is your friend Garlic, and on today's video, we're going to continue right where we left off on the previous one by rating and fixing Barbarian subclasses. This is part 2 out of 2. And on this video, we're going to take a look at the Path of the World Tree and Path of the Zealot. Now, what we'll be doing on this video, in case you haven't watched the previous one, is we're going to be rating the subclasses. Not just on how strong they are, but also on how smoothly they run, how well designed they are, and how well they fulfill whatever role they're supposed to fulfill within the subclass. And we will also be identifying what problems they might have, and we'll be trying to fix them if there's need to fix anything. So without further ado, let's move right to the Path of the World Tree. And as we said on the previous video, the Path of the Berserker was the aggressive subclass, Path of the Wildheart was the utility subclass, the versatility subclass, and this is the support and control subclass. The Path of the World Tree will allow us to not only support our allies, but also control the battlefield, and it will give us a little bit of utility at higher levels as well. So let's jump right into the first feature, which is Vitality of the Tree. It says, your rage taps into the life force of the World Tree, you gain the following benefits. The first is Vitality Surge. It says, when you activate your rage, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your Barbarian level. So just 3 for now, but it goes up to 20, which is good. This is good. It's not anything crazy, but it's okay. But more importantly, we get Life-Giving Force. At the start of each of your turns, while your rage is active, you can choose another creature within 10 feet of you to gain temporary hit points. To determine the number of temporary HP, roll a number of d6s equal to the rage damage bonus and add them together. If any of those temporary HP remain when your rage ends, they vanish. So basically, we add 2d6 temp HP at level 1, 3d6 at level 4, and 4d6 at level 10, if we're using the classic Barbarian table. And this is quite good. Giving 2d6, this is an average of 7 temporary HP on every turn. So when we activate our rage on the first turn, we don't really get this benefit unless we're raging before the start of combat. But here's the interesting bit. First of all, not only is 7 hit points really good, 7 hit points every turn on average, this is really good, and we can give it to a different ally if they already have the previous ones. They don't last for a single turn. But because our rage now lasts 10 minutes, and we can go into a rage before the fight, we can basically be using Life-Giving Force to give everybody a lot of temporary HP. And because the rage lasts for 10 minutes, we could theoretically be rolling again and again and again, if we are raging before the fight, until we get the maximum number, or something close to the maximum for our entire party. So even at level 3, when we get this, this could theoretically mean 12 temporary hit points for our entire party, which is really good. And that's why Vitality of the World of the Tree, for me, gets 5 stars. We get a little bit of extra toughness for ourselves. This is not incredible, but it's okay to have. But more importantly, we are supporting our entire party now. Even though we're supposed to be the dumb barbarian, we're pretty good at supporting our allies. Moving on to level 6, we get Branches of the Tree. It says, whenever a creature you can see starts its turn within 30 feet of you while your rage is active, you can take a reaction to summon spectral branches of the World Tree around it. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw, or be teleported to an unoccupied space you can see within 5 feet of yourself, or in the nearest unoccupied space you can see. So if there is room right next to us, we get them right next to us. If there is no room, we can get them 10 feet away, basically. After the target teleports, you can reduce its speed to 0 until the end of the current turn. Now, this is where we're starting to lean into the control part of the game, right? And the tankiness part. So we can get, we can pick up an enemy, and if they fail their saving throw, and this is, we don't use our bonus action. This is a reaction that we take when they start their turn. So when our most dangerous enemy starts their turn, we can attempt to bring them right next to us and reduce their speed to 0 until the end of the current turn, which means that they will probably not be able to move away. So with this, we can make sure that the enemy that we need to have adjacent to us and not adjacent to one of our allies is going to be there. And this is a great feature, honestly. It works perfectly fine. Sure, the enemy could succeed on the save, but this costs nothing for us except our reaction. And even though our reaction is good to take an opportunity attack, Other than that, we don't really have a lot to do with it. We could have more to do with a reaction if we had taken the Sentinel feat, but with this subclass, I'm not really sure we need it. We can go without the Sentinel feat on this subclass. It would still be good to have, but we can go without it if we need to pick something else. And Branches of the Tree works wonderfully fine. Moving on to level 10 with Battering Roots, it says that during your turn your reach is 10 feet greater with any melee weapon that has the heavy or versatile property. As tendrils of the War Tree extend from you. When you hit with such a weapon on your turn, you can activate the Push or Topple Mastery property in addition to a different mastery property you're using with that weapon. So basically, it's really good because, we can hit someone we wouldn't normally be able to reach, one, but also enemies provoke opportunity attacks from us when they leave our reach. So with this, if an enemy just moves within 10 feet of us, we can make an opportunity attack if they leave our reach. And that is one of the main reasons why this is so good, because otherwise, having reach is usually better if our defenses are not great, if we're trying not to get attacked. But as a barbarian, we are trying to get attacked, so attacking from further away is not as important as it would be for someone who would be a little bit squishier, but it's still good for everybody. And we also get to push or topple in addition to whatever else we might be doing, and it's quite likely that our weapon already has the push or topple mastery, but that's okay, we can do both. Right? Or, you can have a great sword that has the graze weapon mastery, and when you need to topple somebody, do it. When you need to push somebody, do it, but have the graze as your main property. You can have a great axe to have the cleave property, but still be able to push or topple whenever you need. Or if you have like a halberd or a pike that already have the topple or push property, you can do both of those things on the same attack. This is really good. It's a little bit of extra control with the topple mastery and the push mastery. We can push somebody off a ledge, and it's primarily good because we can do this in addition to whatever mastery property we'll be using, and it kind of free us from having to use specific weapons. We can now use any two-handed or any heavy or versatile weapon that we want, and still get those important properties. And yeah, this is again a 5-star feature. It's not the strongest feature in the subclass and not the strongest feature in the game by any means, but it really does what it's supposed to do for us. It increases our control, right? Imagine, with the push mastery and our reach being 10 feet, we can push somebody who's just threatening one of our allies. Even if we're engaged with somebody else, if we can reach that person, we can do that. And besides, it says your reach is 10 feet greater with any melee weapon that has the heavy or versatile property. So, if we were already using a reach weapon, then our reach becomes basically 20 feet, right? This is incredible. This is incredible. It's really good for being able to attack the person that we need to attack. Attacking somebody to break their concentration, even if we can't get close. Yeah, this is just really good. And then we go on to their sort of capstone feature, which is travel along the tree. It says, when you activate your rage, and as a bonus action while your rage is active, you can teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. In addition, once per rage, you can increase the range of that teleport to 150 feet, and when you do so, you can also bring up to 6 willing creatures. And they teleport to an unoccupied space of your choice within 10 feet of your destination space. So basically what this means is, when we activate our rage, and as a bonus action on every turn, we can teleport up to 60 feet. On its own, that is spectacular. That is amazing. But being able to not only go 150 feet, but bring the entire team once per rage, we can bring our entire party. We can help everyone with positioning. And also, it's not even just about teleporting 150 feet. When we choose to do that, to do the second effect and bring everybody with us, we can just use it. If we're all clustered in the battlefield, we can just use this and teleport just 5 feet. It doesn't really matter, but we can use this to change the positioning of everybody. If our wizard is threatened by an enemy, we can use this and basically switch places with the wizard if we are all within 10 feet of each other. So we can use this to rearrange our positioning in the battlefield as well. And travel along the tree is basically the perfect utility feature. It offers out-of-combat utility, it offers in-combat mobility, it offers some control by being able to rearrange the positioning of our party. This is just great. And so, Path of the World Tree is the first subclass that actually just gets 20 out of 20 from me, and so we will not be changing anything. on the subclass. I was not expecting that when I got into this video, but the more I was looking into these features, the more I realized that they supplement each other, and they just built a very well designed and well defined subclass. So yeah, let's leave this as it is and go to Path of the Zealot. Now, Path of the Zealot is kind of a weird one, right? It's not clearly the aggressive subclass, it's not clearly the support subclass, it's not clearly the utility subclass. It's kind of a mix of all those things. It's kind of the balanced subclass, I would say. Let's start at level 3. We get two features. We get Divine Fury and Warrior of the Gods. Divine Fury, which is, I think, our main feature here, says that we can channel Divine Power into our strikes. Now, on each of your turns while your rage is active, the first creature you hit with a weapon or an unarmed strike takes extra damage equal to 1d6 plus half of your barbarian level, rounded down. The extra damage is necrotic or radiant. You choose every time you deal a damage. So basically, once per turn, one of our attacks will deal 1d6 plus our level, or half our level extra damage. So at level 3, when we get it, this is 1d6 plus 1, in addition to whatever damage we will be doing. This is not as good, of course, as the Berserker's Frenzy, but, it's still really good, and it does not require us to do anything. It does not require us to use Reckless Attack. It's just there every time. And so, yeah, this is a really good feature. And then we get Warrior of the Gods, which is a little bit weird in my opinion. It says, a divine entity helps ensure you can continue the fight. You have a pool of 4d12s that you can spend to heal yourself. As a bonus action, you can expend dice from the pool, roll them, and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll's total. Your pool regains all expended dice when you finish a long rest, and the number of dice increases by 1 at level 6, 12, and 17. So you start with 4 dice, and you go up to 7 dice. Now, Warrior of the Gods is one of those features that the idea is cool, but it feels kind of wonky, right? The healing is good. I give the whole feature, I give it 4 stars out of 5. Divine Fury is really good. Warrior of the Gods, it feels a little wonky to me. It feels like the kind of feature of, like, we didn't really have anything else to give them, so we gave them this. It doesn't... There's something that's not sitting quite right with me with that feature. But let's look at the power level, because that plays a role. 4d12s is not a lot. 7d12s, the 7d12 that you end with are basically like half of your hit dice, but you don't get to add anything to those dice. So it's just a little bit of extra self-healing. It's okay. It's not exceptional, right? But Divine Fury is good, so the entire level 3 gets 4 stars. But we will have to take a look at Warrior of the Gods. Moving on to level 6 with Fanatical Focus, and I'm gonna show you right away, this is a 5-star feature. It says, once per active rage, if you fail a saving throw, you can reroll it with a bonus equal to your rage damage bonus, and you must use the new roll. So basically with a +3 bonus now, and which becomes a +4 at level 10. So, rerolling a saving throw once per active rage is just great. It's a simple feature, it always works good. As a Barbarian, we have really bad mental saving throws, and unlike the Berserker, we don't have any way to ignore the charmed or frightened conditions, for example. So having that reroll is just really good, right? And, if we use it, we might just choose to exit a rage and enter a new one, basically to have the reroll again, and it works perfectly fine. Moving on to level 10, this is another 5-star feature. It says that as a bonus action, you unleash a battle cry infused with divine energy. Up to 10 other creatures of your choice within 60 feet of you gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn. And once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a use of your rage. No action required to restore your use of it. So this is a great feature. It basically buffs all of our allies. And it says up to 10 other creatures, so we're not getting this benefit ourselves. This is clearly a support feature. But advantage on mainly saving throws is pretty great. Attack rolls is good as well. And the cost to use it again, just spending 1 rage, is nothing. Right? It's kind of like the Berserker's Intimidating Presence feature. We can be using this all the time, especially after level 15 when we get Persistent Rage. If we get to that level, of course. We can have up to 10 rages, and up to 12 rages per day at level 17, because we can once per day regain all of our uses. And so yeah, we can expect to be using this quite a lot. And for something that we can use as often as this one, this is really good. The effect is simple, it's efficient, it's nothing crazy, but we can do it multiple times, which is exceptional. And then at level 14, we get Rage of the Gods, which is a 4-star feature. It says, when you activate your rage, you can assume the form of a divine warrior. This form lasts for 1 minute or until you drop to 0 hit points. Once you use this feature, you can do so again until you finish a long rest. While in this form, you gain the benefits below. We have flight, we have a fly speed equal to our speed and can hover, that's great. Resistance, we have resistance to necrotic, psychic, and radiant damage, which is really good. And incidentally, I mean, of course, psychic and radiant are not the most common damage types, but necrotic is quite common, so this is good. And what I like about this is that this is kind of the opposite of the Wild Heart's Bear Rage, where you get resistance to every damage type except necrotic, psychic, radiant, and of course force, which is supposed to be unresistible. So this, yeah, I really like the thematic on this one. We also get Revivification. It says that when a creature within 30 feet of you would drop to 0 hit points, you can take a reaction to expend the use of your rage to instead change the target's hit points to a number equal to your barbarian level. So when an ally falls to 0 hit points within 30 feet of us, we use a reaction and spend one of our rages, and they end up with having a number of hit points equal to our level, which is really good. We don't really care about the number of extra hit points that much. We just care about bringing our allies back up. And so yeah, this is a feature that it's good. Getting a fly speed is good, but it's not a permanent fly speed. We don't get to use it every time we rage. Once per day getting a fly speed though is still good, right? We're probably not gonna need a fly speed for all of our rages. Getting some extra damage resistances is good. They might not apply to a particular situation, but they're still good to have. And the Revivification is also really good. You know, I think that the 2014 version of this feature, which was Rage Beyond Death, was, I believe, a little bit more thematic. However, this is thematic as well. You enter your Divine Warrior form, you grow wings, you can fly. So yeah, this is again kind of it offers mobility, it offers support, and some toughness. So yeah, it's not an offensive feature. It's okay. It's okay. So overall, the Path of the Zealot gets 18 out of 20. We only gave 4 stars to level 3 and level 14. Now let's see what I would do to fix those levels. For level 3, Divine Fury works perfectly fine, but I would change Warrior of the Gods to this. A Divine Entity helps ensure you can continue the fight. Once per active rage, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d12 plus your proficiency bonus. That's what I would turn this feature into. It's a lot more in line with our Fanatical Focus at level 6. Which allows us to reroll a saving throw once per rage. So also being able to regain some extra hit points once per rage feels more thematic to me. And it ties into the Barbarian's core economy, core resource economy, which is the number of rages they get, a little bit better. Now, I opted to add the proficiency bonus in here as well, because otherwise having just 1d12 would just be negligible. So with this feature, if you rage a lot of times, you can heal a lot more hit points than you would with the original feature, but they are a little bit more spread out, and I believe they are a bit more thematic as well. Now with Rage of the Gods, the only change that I would make is this. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend 4 uses of your rage to use it again. Now, why did I choose 4 over here? Because at this level, you will basically not be able to do this, right? You will not be able to do this when you get this feature. But this is a line of text that is there for the next levels, for levels 15 and onward, where you will be able to have a lot of rages per day. With this line over here, we're keeping it at the same level that it was at level 14, which was pretty good. But we are allowing the Barbarian to basically fly again once more. This is the important bit, being able to fly a second time, because you might just need that. And so giving you an option to fly once again in the same long rest, I think is really important. So I would make that change for Path of the Zealot. And that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. We will not be doing the Bard straight away on the next videos. I'll do a couple of videos concerning different subjects, and then at some point we'll move forward to the Bard, continuing this series. Thank you very much for being with me until the end. You can find all of this information on my website, portal2rivervale.com. And yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, otherwise don't. And leave a comment telling me if you think these changes were good or not. I'd love to hear your opinion. Have a nice day.